I'm Yuri.
I'm Jacob.
And we're going for a drive. '23 Toyota Crown.
Limited hybrid max without launch control. Damn.
Pretty quick, but like not the nicest.
Decent though.
Horsepower and torque.
340 horsepower, 400 pound-feet of torque from a hybrid 2.4-liter turbo four-cylinder.
And by not the nicest, I meant it just wasn't smooth and good feeling. It was good power.
But it was nice that we do have a traditional 6-speed, so you could actually feel the gear shift changes.
I'm gonna floor it while driving. Yeah, it's some good curve.
This thing boogies.
Okay, what is this thing?
So the Toyota Crown has existed since 1955. However, we only got it in North America up to 1972, so now it's back.
Yeah, the Crown means nothing to me name-wise,
Yeah.
but this is a lifted sedan kind of SUV-ish, which I guess replaces the Avalon and competes with other sedans like the Chrysler 300, the Kia Stinger, and the Dodge Charger.
Yeah, and then also kind of SUVs, but also not really. So when this originally was announced and we posted the photos on Instagram, follow us there, I called it a sedan UV, and I think I was right. An SUV that's a sedan.
Yeah, it's higher than the Avalon and the Camry, but like not too much more ground clearance, and like the wheel gap is huge.
Yeah, and then it's not a liftback or anything, it's just a traditional sedan trunk.
I think it's a good middle ground to get people who are going to buy an SUV but still usually like sedans to just get into this instead.
I think they literally built this car for old people that had Camrys and wanted SUVs but also didn't at the same time, so they're like, you know what, a lifted sedan.
Okay, let's talk about the looks, because this looks wild, especially in this two-tone. You can get a couple different two-tones, like I think bronze and black, this in black. I really like the red and black, and I think I like it a lot more in two-tone than not in two-tone.
Yeah, two-tone's pretty cool. It's basically the MAYBACH of Toyotas, but I can't even say that with a straight face.
So starting with the front, we have a huge grille, but nothing's open.
Yeah, it's got like a cool pattern to it. I don't mind it at all.
The headlights are cool.
Headlights are really cool.
The shapes around like the black and the red and around the grille and the headlights all look really great.
Yeah, the way they did the two-tone up there, it's nice.
From the side view, I think it's got a very sleek shape. Like it looks like a Sportback E, even though it's trunk.
Yeah, and from the photos, I will say I hated this car, but seeing it in person, I don't mind it. I think it's actually kind of cool now.
These wheels are awesome too.
They are, and they're huge.
And what would be the Continental recommended tire for a Crown in the winter?
The Viking Contact 7, and go to continentaltire.com/TheStraightPipes to check out your recommended tire.
I got my Viking Contact 7s on my Fiat.
I've got my Viking Contact 7s on my E55 AMG wagon.
We are ready for winter. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
You didn't look at the road.
Before we get back to the looks, this has a lot of monitors, sensors. It's got a thing that watches your eyes, and I swear, if you look at a bird flying by or anything, it'll beep at you.
Dude, you were just driving.
Yeah, it beeps at you a lot. You can turn that stuff off through the gauge cluster, but I like to leave everything on just to know what a car will beep at you like brand new.
Yeah, when I was driving this earlier, I had to find where the heated and cooled seats are, so I literally had to move my head, and it's like, keep your eyes on the road. I'm like, I'm trying.
Okay, the back end rear three-quarter-ish, really interesting with that black in the middle.
Yeah, definitely interesting is what I will call it.
Cool taillight upright all the way across.
Yeah, I just wish that this was an actual Sportback.
Does this have exhaust tips? I don't think I noticed exhaust tips.
Take a listen to the outside. It doesn't really let you rev it out at all.
And then do you hate the stance of this?
Yeah, absolutely. But at the same time, I kind of think it's cool.
You know, I was flying over speed bumps that I usually go over very carefully. I was like, oh, it's nice.
And in the Toyota press release, they were talking about like hip points and all this stuff, like, you know, really old people like things. The ingress and egress, or whatever that's called, getting in and out of these cars is really easy.
I'll say this, when the door is open, like the floor height to get in and out looks like it would be great. If you had like bad legs or bad knees, you don't want to lift them too much, I think it'd be pretty good.
Dude, like old people, this is actually a perfect old people car. It really is.
Except it almost looks too cool for old people.
True.
But I actually love old people.
Dude, old people are the best.
I get along with old people all the time, everywhere. Yeah. Like people who can't, like, oh, I looked away. I'm like, old people are my jam. And then speaking of old people, I did get some Viking Contact 7s for Grandma Betty's CRV.
There you go.
Shout out old people.
The next thing that people might actually care about with the Crown is that you can only get it in a hybrid, and it is only all-wheel drive. Again, something that people should probably value these days. Fuel economy. Fuel economy is pretty good. However, we are in the Platinum. The Platinum is the top trim and the only trim that you can get the big beefy engine.
It's not that big and beefy.
It's actually a smaller displacement engine with more power.
Yeah, it's got a turbo and then...
worse fuel economy, funny enough.
And then the all-wheel drive system, the rear is an electric e-axle.
Yeah, so there's no differential going back there.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool, and I guess maybe I'll give it a little center cliche corner in Sport S Plus with traction all the way on because I'm driving right now and I don't think it'll let me turn it off.
And as you're getting the cliche corner, I will tell people the fuel economy. So it's actually 28 miles per gallon or 8.4 liters per 100 kilometers for this one. But if you get the lower trim, you actually get better at 38 miles per gallon or 6.2 liters per 100 kilometers.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, dude, this is good. The back end came around there.
This handles so much better than I thought it would.
Dude, this is amazing. This is actually fun.
That's with traction on. Like, I mean, it is a little plowy, but this is traction on, so I'm sure the computer's fighting and everything.
Yeah, but like, it did stuff that, you know, kind of evoked some kind of fun out of it.
Yeah, it handles well, better than I thought it would.
Yes. And it's not slow either.
No, it'll go. And this is without me using the paddles because right now I've got my gauge cluster set to the one tack where it shows Eco Power Charge. You can change it to show your tack. You can change it to have 2 bubbles, 1 bubble, no bubbles. It has so much customization. Great job on the gauge cluster, Toyota.
My favorite mode is tough.
Tough,
There's literally a mode called tough.
Tough display.
Yes.
It all looks really great.
It's very tough.
Oh, look. I can see the carpet here on the crown from these floor mats.
We need to set a TuxMat.
In my 21 Mazda I bought for my family car, the TuxMat goes all the way up the sides, and even in the back, it goes all the way up to the back too, so that if you had muddy boots or anything, you still wouldn't get your carpets wet.
That's definitely what you want for the winter, so go to our link in the description and below, and now I'm gonna send this in tough mode. Dude, this thing rips off the line like I did not expect it to for a Toyota product.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Is it still faster than the RAV4 Prime? Probably not.
I don't think so, but like probably pretty close. And if you are actually shopping for one of these, tsp.truecar.com, they actually don't have this on the website yet, but the car that you're probably cross-shopping this with maybe is a RAV4 Prime because fuel economy, that's what people want in a car like this, I think.
And the reason it might not be on tsp.truecar.com yet, because this is a prototype. We got the sticker here to show that, so shout out Toyota Canada for getting us one so early.
Yeah, so fit and finish, certain things, graphics, you know, weird things might not be final, but
it all looks good to me.
Probably pretty close, exactly. The one thing that I did notice that kind of stands out to me is this gap on the the center console.
Double hinge armrest.
Yeah, so that's the one thing that stood out for me. So if you do buy one of these, check out if you have a extra large gap there, but it's not a deal breaker by any stretch. But everything about this car, the way that it drives is fantastic. Like I did not expect this. Here over the bump, super soft. And only on the Platinum trim do we get adaptive suspension. So that's what we have here.
But you're in Sport S Plus, that should have been its stiffest.
Exactly, and it's still really, really comfortable. I have not really noticed a difference between all the modes, but apparently it is different in basically all the modes. And we have so many different drive modes, like Custom, Sport S Plus, Sport S Normal, Comfort, Eco, and the graphics you read.
Okay, well the graphic is cool, but then like it just kind of changes colors once you go through there.
Yeah.
And then I could not find an Eco Hold or EV button in this car, so you can like hold the electricity for later, because this is not a plug-in hybrid.
I looked away.
Idiot. You know what? Because of that look away feature, it would be good if like this car was for someone who was like maybe bad at paying attention on the road.
But I mean, yeah. Okay, here, I'm just gonna block this and see what happens because I'm curious. Nothing. Okay, cool.
So sit up, driver's face not detected.
Oh yeah, okay.
It was giving me that stuff.
Yeah, but hang on. What's it gonna do if I just keep going? Is it gonna stop the car?
No, maybe
this is what we do on the
maybe
TheStraightPipes.
it'll just feel like it's an error.
Real live tests, dude. It's
so you can just put tape over it and you're fine.
Yeah, but you'll probably have that forever.
Disclaimer: we do not recommend putting tape over it.
Do not do that.
And I think it used that for the radar cruise lane keep assist on the highway. It did work very well. Like, you did have to put your hands on it and stuff, but it did a good job of like lane tracing and all that stuff.
Well, that's good. It's probably updated. Well, it's the newest version. This car's never existed in North America. Well, sorry, the newest iteration of it hasn't. This is, I think, the 16th generation of this car. So we've been missing several generations. And the Crown in Japan looked amazing for years. Like, there's drift missiles of this car, and like, they're so cool, but we never got those, so. So in here, we have some pretty decent physical buttons for our climate controls. Everything works really, really well as long as you're not looking away for too long. We only have a volume button, which looks very luxurious.
Yeah, okay, so we don't have any hard buttons for the infotainment, and this is the new style Toyota Lexus infotainment that I don't like, and I think hard buttons would be great, because like once you're in CarPlay, then you need to click, you just swipe to the Toyota, click that to go back to the main screen, and even the SiriusXM stuff isn't set up the way I like.
Yeah, but we do have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay.
Yeah, wireless Apple CarPlay. It's like really nice to use. And then we got this cool wireless phone charger that's vertical, so that's nice as well.
Yeah, and then we also have reverse cameras and 360 cameras that actually are pretty high res.
Yeah, because we're in this top trim, but still, like, you can't like pick the wheels and everything. It doesn't work as well as like a Kia Hyundai Genesis would.
Right.
And then you get that like egg mode where you can spin around. That's useless too when you're in park.
But one of my favorite parts is the color of all these things. Like this looks like a rose gold to me. Like, this looks amazing.
Yeah,
I looked away.
It's classy, but it's also not like that classy. Like, dude, we still got like GM material here.
Yeah. Some of the materials, they just look cheap. Like right up here and stuff. Like, you're not getting a Lexus product, even though this is, you know, the top of the Toyota echelon of products kind of thing.
If you try to look at the materials, the car beeps at you.
Yes, don't look at the materials because they're not that luxurious.
Okay,
Eyes on the road.
And then we now have parking assist. Is it good?
It is once you figure out how it works, because it does not work like every other parking assist that we've tried.
So in a BMW, say like a Land Rover or like a Genesis, you push the parking spot button and it'll like, while you're driving slowly, it'll find a spot and you confirm to go into it. Instead, this, you need to like go up to the spot, stop, press the button, and then it'll like superimpose where you're gonna park, and then it works, but it's like backwards thinking to what I'm used to.
Exactly. Like, once you get unused to that, it actually makes a lot of sense, and I actually do prefer this now.
I don't know. I've used the BMW parking on like crazy streets in Toronto downtown. I would not be ready to try this out yet.
Fair enough. But we do have that, so that is nice. Cup holders, they look like they would fit
small. They fit perfect. And then look, we got this little attachment so you can like remove that, and then the visors.
Oh, here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Full pass. Good job, Toyota.
Yeah, because the old Camry never did that. It was just a flap.
Yeah, it's just a flap. There you go. Toyota's learning from us. Thank you, Toyota, for watching our videos. And then, like you said earlier, we do have paddle shifters, so I'm going to paddle shift. Ooh, it doesn't let you downshift too much. But, yeah. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, it's fake upshifts. Okay. So there's that.
How about we turn traction off?
Oh, sorry, hang on. I have manual mode.
How about we turn traction off and go through Cliche Corner properly?
Okay, but let me just do the downshifting first and upshifting. Okay, so you have to be in manual mode, and then you can use the paddle stop shift. What's that?
You shifting the paddles.
Oh, yeah, sorry. That's from the comments, guys.
We read all the comments.
And into Cliche Corner through the bump, and the bump this way, also very good. Downshift and a little bit of understeer. And yeah, it kind of, you can manipulate it to do what you want, just throwing it in there. And then let's see if we can stab and go oversteer. Oh, not as much, because traction's off. It doesn't like that.
No.
It did not like...
Is it better with traction off?
It's better with traction on.
Huh.
Yeah, I did not like that. Leave traction on. Drive this like intended.
Interesting. Okay, are you comfortable in these seats?
I was actually somewhat decently bolstered through there, but I was very comfortable.
I'm comfortable here, but it sucks that only the driver's seat has lumbar, but we do have cooled and heated seats, so that's cool. And we have heated steering wheel right here.
Oh, it's a digital button. Yeah, okay.
It's a hard button to control a digital screen. And then back seat room, like, I was very comfortable back there.
Dude, this thing, as an Uber, as a whatever, it's super comfortable back there. Only my hair just gently touches.
And then it's a trunk, so let's look at the trunk space. Pretty good amount.
Yeah, this is a great car, Yuri.
I like hatchbacks.
Yeah, so do I.
I'd rather have an SUV and a hatch, I think, than a sedan and a trunk. The amount of times that I've changed my baby's diaper in the back of the CX-5.
Yeah.
But I guess you know who doesn't have babies? Senior citizens.
Yeah, no, they're all grown up probably.
Yeah.
And I just realized that I own exclusively hatchbacks.
Yeah, you're done sedan life?
No, like, I don't know if I'm done with it, but currently, Raptor aside, even though if you put a topper on it, maybe it's kind of
It's
also
still a hatchback.
that. Yeah. But yeah, dude, I like this car a lot. I think it's fantastic. Let's get to the price.
Hit me with the price.
This one starts, bottom trim, $45,590.
Canadian.
And this Hybrid Max Limited Platinum, whatever it's called, $59,990.
Kind of expensive for a Toyota, but like this looks very cool. I think if you get it in two-tone, you're going to be the talk of the town, or at least people are going to look at your car. I had a guy like break his neck.
Really?
Yeah, while walking across the street, very slowly looking at it. If that'll.
Did you take him to the hospital after?
No.
Oh man.
I left him there.
Poor
But
guy.
the guy kept looking. He's like, "What is that?"
Yeah, dude. Like, if you take this to bingo, you take this to the retirement home, you take this to hospital parking. Like, dude, people are gonna notice you.
Okay, it's not like a pure old people car because I
It's
can see this getting like just like straight up lifted as a donk. It's already pretty high to start with.
Yeah, dude. But imagine this slammed. That
No,
look
I
pretty
feel like
cool.
I just like adding the height to it, maybe.
Okay,
Because
okay.
what if the fenders were painted the color match, right?
Then
Would it be gross or would it be better?
I think it'd be gross.
Yeah,
Because right now you can theoretically take this off road to your cottage. Because if you're old, you're rich.
yeah. You invested in stuff early and you have
Yeah.
a good pension.
Yeah, like you invested in FTX.
And if you're a millennial like us, then you're screwed.
Yeah. So let us know what you think of the Toyota Crown. Who's buying this?
I like it.
I like it too.
TSP.TrueCar.com. Find one for yourself.
See you guys in the next video.